はい、皆さん、こんにち
Hello.
は。
こんにちは。So, エピソード12のディスカッションの準備できました。じゃあ今からちょっとディスカッションしようか。じゃあ最初は森さんは。
ね、オーバービューね、見ていくと、めちゃめちゃ会話がね、すごいいい、シーンでした、12話は。最初は、バデーニとオクジーの、このクリティスのね、会話が、自分の研究に対する批判に関する、ディスカッションがあって、その後に、ノバクさんがね、戻ってきて、その後にまたバデーニとオクジーの話があって、それは自分の信仰とか何を信じるかっていうようなことに関する話でしたけど、その会話の間にもね、シリアスなノバクさんと地動説のヘリオセンチュリズムの戦いがありましたけど、そんな感じで次のエピソードって感じですけど。
今日のエピソードで、僕は奥地のいっぱい話があります。だから最初はバデーニの話しようか。
はい。スレジャーの好きなシーン、ね。
好きなところを今ちょっと見てもいいですか？
はい。じゃあちょっと一緒に見ましょう。ネットフリックスだと6分27秒のとこからですね。
そうそう。
はい。
ね。The background music. Oh, so good.
ねえ。
Oh, this scene.
かっこいいね。
Look, in this episode, there is no doubt Okuji is the most bravest character. But this scene specifically moves me a lot.
The sentence.
Yeah. Oh. So, なんでこのシーンはめっちゃエピックな感じになりました。僕のために。So, I think like Badeni is a character who has really constructed opinion about his action. So he is very much aware about what he is trying to do. So once he makes a decision, he makes it in a very planned way, and he's very logical and rational. And what we have seen from Badini's character is that he takes things seriously when he takes an action. So at this point, we see that he is saying that you are making a mistake. He's telling Okuji that you are making a mistake. But for the first time in this series, we are seeing Badini is prepared to let someone die for him. And this is a big decision. So we know that Badini takes his decision very calculatively. And at this point, he thought about all the possibilities and then finally decided, okay, I will let him die for me. And also at the same time, he believes that there is God and he will die, and after the death he should go to heaven for all the crime that he has done, or he has made him, Okuji, do crime. Even though he is doing crime, Badini wants Okuji to go to heaven, and he is saying in this sentence that, okay, please take him to the light, and he is dying for this thing. So once a person who is very arrogant about his ideas is ready for other people to die for him, he makes up his mind, and he just doesn't waste any time. He makes the decision on the spots, and in a very dramatic way, he starts saying that, okay, wait, let me pray for you. So this is kind of like a pray before the death.
そうね。
So that's
けど
why.
ね、なんていうの、 なんか preparation, you say it's a preparation for death, right? But
Blessing.
blessing. But also kind of, for me, it's also kind of possibility for survive.
Yeah. Because he was not saying I am planning to die. We will find out.
Yeah. Also, like even he survived. Like in a Christianity sentence, he already did the crime, right?
Yeah.
So that's why after even he won to the Novak, he need to survive with crime.
With crime.
That's why the Novak-san pray for him.
Badeni.
Badeni pray for Okuji to after him. So it's theoretically it could be both ways.
Both ways. I was just thinking from Badeni's perspective that Badeni is ready to. Badeni is kind of like sure. He's thinking that he will die. From his perspective, he's just blessing him like, okay, maybe you will survive, maybe you will die, but I want to do this prayer for you because I'm prepared to make this decision that you go and fight, I will run away. This is a big decision for Badeni also because he is being a coward here. He's running away and like making other people die for him. So I think both is okay for this scenario. We don't know the outcome yet. I mean, maybe you know, but I don't know the outcome yet. That's why it's, for me, it hit like this way that okay, what happens when a person is prepared other person to sacrifice? How do they act? So this action was really epic to me. Like he stopped thinking, didn't think for a second, and then started walking towards him without any action. Such a epic scene.
Best action in a short emergency time.
Yeah, emergency time. And then like no like fighting, but still like I get goosebumps. Like these kind of scenes make me really feel like what extent they are fighting for the research. Both of them. Like we just discussed about Badeni. We haven't started about talking Okuji. So maybe Mori-san can start with like his favorite scene. なんか好きなところでOkujiの何かありますか？
まあ、これも奥地とバデーニの話だけど。
Conversations are so good in this episode. Two basic conversations. The first conversation is about the criticism in research, and the second one is about the faith. How to protect the faith.
ここかな？ここだね。
Yes, so important.
君はなぜそんなことを？それが希望だと教わったから。職場の先輩や、石箱に関わった二人とも自分以外に託すって姿勢に希望を見出してた。その姿勢を天国へ行くことよりも重視した。
そうだね。
思いもよらない反応をくれる可能性もある。とても希望とは思えない。でも実は、反論や訂正をされることが、本質というか、自分の思い通りいかない、誤解とか事故とか、予想外の存在とか、天動説にとっての地動説が引き起こすねじれが現状を前に向かわせる希望なのかもしれないって思ったんです。でも地動説はやばいな。他人に教えるわけにはいかない。大まかにはいい。だが同意はしない。これはさっきも言った通り、研究姿勢の話であって、進行上の危険は研究姿勢だからだ。その姿勢を研究に採用してしまうと、我々は目指すべき絶対真理を放棄することになる。そして学者は永久に未完成の海を漂い続ける。我々に受け入れろと
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a discussion of this part, continuation.
Yeah.
This doesn't end here, I'm sure, because this is just one view and discussion. I think we will see some sort of continuation of this discussion, maybe with some other person or something, but I want a continuation of this discussion. Yeah, so
just I want to continue this discussion right now. How do you think about it?
So this is something I based on my next discussion about, actually, on this. So it is very important for thousands of years in the philosophy, Chinese philosophy, Greek philosophy, and other all philosophies. There is this concept of yin yang. So if you have something positive, there should be some negative to balance it. So there is always yin and yang. And in this conversation, what we see slightly from Okuji is that if there is heliocentrism, there should be discussion about geocentrism, so that there should be an opposing party that can ask it criticism and difficult questions to the existing concept. Whereas Badeni's stance is no, we have to strongly believe that only what we say is right, otherwise there is absolute truth will not be found. And then Badeni says, Okuji says that absolute truth is not always absolute truth. You should question the absolute truth all the time. And then he says that then we will be always swimming in the uncertainty. So it's that's why I want a continuation of this discussion to see where it ends. And flash forward to our modern time, I think it doesn't end now because Okuji's perspective is taken academically modern day. You always criticize, do reviews, peer reviews to your theories and everything, and anything can change anytime, which is natural flow of knowledge currently. So I believe your question, my answer is that there is the yin and yang. There has to be yin and yang. Someone has to criticize. If you are strong, if you have Shingiteru, like your research is important, it's going to help people or advance the society or technology, you should always welcome criticism which can challenge you.
So that means all the researchers need to accept to swim the water in imperfection.
Yes, because if you make a research perfect, then you lose your objective of life. You don't have anything else to do. So it's not bad that you don't have anything else to do. It's just that you have to always welcome your criticism to make your next work better. It can be this work, it can be next work. There is no end of research. You can keep doing research in many angles. But what is important is that you have to learn from criticism. Every time I write a paper or article, the reviewers actually make it better. Yeah, I have seen that happen so many times. Every time reviewer gives a comment, it actually makes my research better. It's not only about research, it's about your personal belief also. Having a conscious discussion, critical analysis of how you think life is, how you make an action in life, they also should be opposed by someone. And I also have a person who actually opposes me very strictly. You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know.
So anyway, so I welcome their criticism. Every time he or she criticizes me, I really welcome that. Okay, it's good.
So in your thinking, so in a individual life, to think about individual life, the research could be wrong. So that's why Badeni say it's kind of all the researchers need to swim of
the ocean of uncertainty.
Right?
I think there is
so in his perspective, it's kind of negative things. But like in your thinking or Okuji's thinking, it's actually not negative because if we think about not individual or of the whole society or to others, like it's kind of positive because it's always could be improving.
Also, this is also gives idea about accepting other people's opinion. Most of the war, religious problem, and many other things happen because we think our idea is best. Other people's ideas, other ideas do not exist with our idea. Only we exist. So this is not peaceful solution.
確かにね。そうだね。
So this is one discussion. If you have anything else to add about this, otherwise I will go for Okuji's character development. I think this one is important.
Well, we already agree for sure. Currently, the Okuji's idea is kind of right. Not right. It's kind of.
It's more reflected in modern world.
Reflected the modern world. So, but like, if strongly be in any viewer who strongly be なんだっけ、毎回名前が奥地じゃなくてバデニの idea is right ね。ちょっと please comment ね。
Yeah. We want to know why Badini's idea is perspective is right, why you think Okuji's idea is right, and how we can balance, or is there no balance? So that's also important to discuss. I think if you are listening to us in podcast or if you are listening to us in YouTube, please give your comments. We want to have a discussion about that. This is important because the next segment I'm talking about is about the Okuji's character arc, because I believe that since the episode we first meet Okuji, his character has gone through a big journey.
すごいよね。
すごい journey. なんか I think we were discussing in between that there are 3 characters who he had interaction with, and these 3 characters gave him 3 different characters. I'm not sure how much Badini has changed from the time when we see him till today, but Okuji definitely has changed over time, and the passing of the torch is portrayed so beautifully. Like, just remember how Rafal passed the torch, and how Okuji is passing the torch of like the necklace or anything. It's huge difference. Like, Rafal's character arc finished in 3 episodes, but then we are still having Okuji. We are still having. So after meeting with Graz, when Graz gave his life to save Okuji, and also the idea of heliocentrism
or
faith, Okuji gets the concrete idea about how important it is to have faith. At that time, he would not look at the sky. He was in fear. So Graz give him the concept of faith of an concept or idea, how you can give life for faith. That's what motivate him in this episode also. And when we see that Yolanta teach him how to study and how to read or write, he starts writing a book himself. It's a courage. It's a matter of courage. So he gets the characteristics of courage and doing something. Women are neglected in that society, even though Yolanta is trying her best. So that motivate Okuji.
She represents a
courage exactly in this anime, and then that gives Okuji the courage. And what do you get when you have courage and faith? You can die for your faith. And that's what we see. He is meeting with Badeni, and he is being criticism. He's doing criticism for Badeni, because after meeting with Badeni, he sees that not everything is like as easy as it is. Like, you should question and you should try your best to establish your theory. So it's also a criticism. That is the result of thinking critically. That is the result of the first conversation in which he opposes, before he's going for fight to save him, he opposes him and says that this is my criticism towards you. Such a beautiful conversation. And then combining the faith he got from Graz, the courage he get from Yolanta, and the criticism that make him decide in a moment that, okay, I will fight for you, you run away in 10 minutes, I will hold for 10 minutes. Such a beautiful, smooth characteristics of
line
Okuji.
of episode.
And then, oh my god. So this is Okuji's character arc that we wanted to discuss today. What do you think about it?
いや、そうよね。だって、奥地は、なんか、initially, なんか、we thought he's the mob or sub character.
Yeah.
So,
He's weak character, we thought. Mentally weak.
So, maybe just die soon. But actually not. He's one of most important
strong characters, one of the
strong character. Getting strong.
Getting strong. His development is visible.
そう。それがね。You also say, you cannot see the Banani characteristic change well.
I'm not sure if how much it has changed.
Actually, for me, it's not dramatically compared to Okuji. But even though he also still a bit changing about if you see your favorite scene.
He accepted.
Former Banani, for sure, just die for me.
Just run away. You're right.
But he has kind of sort of friendship or something.
Friendship or being responsible. Feeling a bit responsible.
To others. Not only living
life for research. Yeah.
Or, so this kind of conversation with the one who close to Madeni makes change a bit.
Yeah, you are right, because Morrison gives a very nice concept and discussion today that what is our way of living, individualistic or socialistic? How we look at our life as a whole is reflected in these two ideas as well. But then is more individualistic person, in which he prefers that, okay, what I think is important, not what other people think is important. Okuji, on the other hand, gives a social perspective on living, way of living. He's giving his life for other people, and but then he is at the end also influenced by this idea. So I want to see actually how his character progresses. I'm sure his character analysis will also come in future episodes. We can do a character analysis of Badeni, but for now, because the next episode is so intense, like what will happen in the battle, so I fear that like we need to do this character analysis before the fight, because at the end of the episode you see that are you ready to die for your idea? That's also big discussion, and that's why we wanted to have the discussion of Okuji's character journey before the big fight. Is he prepared to die or is he going to flee? That's a very important question, like how he tackles that or how the situation happens. That's the most important part. So I'm really looking forward to the next episode actually. Sorry for saying so much things in English. それは
まあちょっと難しい。
僕の日本語で言葉でできないのでごめんなさい。なんか例えば I think it's a good discussion.
まあよかったね。じゃあ次のエピソードに期待ですね。
楽しみにしてます。
はい、じゃあ今日はこんな感じで、また来週のエピソードに期待しましょう。
はい。
バイバイ。
バイバイ。